Hey, welcome. It's Desiree Stafford. Super excited to have you here for this amazing training. It's called How to Attract a Steady Flow of Coaching Clients Without Burnout. All right. How to attract a steady flow of coaching clients without burnout. Now, my promise to you is that I'm going to show you exactly how to predictably attract clients and increase your income without you having to need a big team or a big list. You're not going to have to live on social media. You're not going to have to be blogging your brains out. You're not going to have to do networking. If you're an introvert like me and you hate networking, you don't have to do that. You're not going to have to do any of the things that you don't want to do. Cool? All right. Now, I am going to ask for your undivided attention. That means you got to turn off your cell phone, turn off Facebook. I know, but turn it off, silence it, whatever you've got to do. We're only going to spend a little bit of time here together. And what I'm sharing with you is really important, okay? Because if you are a coach, if you are a consultant, if you are a healer or a transformational expert, and you're serious about consistently attracting clients who gladly invest $3,000 to $10,000 to work with you, then the next 45 to 60 minutes will literally change your life. It's going to change the way that you do business, okay? And the price ranges that we're talking about, the $3,000 to $10,000, that's for people who, maybe never even heard of you before, okay? So this is, like I said, really transformational information for you here today. So I want you to stay till the end. Because I'm also going to share with you a critical first step that led to me tripling my income in 30 days. All right. Now, if you hadn't noticed already, I have a tendency to talk really fast. So do your best to keep up with me. Okay. Let's move on. Before we get into what we're talking about today, because we're talking about, money stuff, I really want to stress to you that I'm going to walk you through the system that's working for my clients and for me. And we're getting great results, okay? But I also need you to understand that our results are not typical, because the average person who attends any training like this gets zero results. They actually don't implement, so nothing changes, okay? I am happy to share what I've got going on, all right? And I'm going to share it with you for free, right? Because it's what's working for me in my business, and I really want you to have success in your business as well. Just know that this is not for get rich quick type of folks. So if you're, wanting to make $100 million overnight, this is not going to be for you. You can make money quickly, but it's not for you if you're looking at this as like a get rich quick type of opportunity. It's also not for you if you're like in the home business opportunity, or MLM or any of that kind of stuff. Or if you're just a daydreamer. Like if you have all these big dreams and all these big plans, but you never take action towards anything, then you're not going to get anything from being here today. All right. So my guess, though, is that's not you at all, right? You're here because you want to know what you need to do to break through in your business to get the results that you desire. Okay. So here's what we're going to cover today. I'm going to share with you how to build a business that gives you the fun, freedom, and fulfillment that you have been craving. Okay. And it's also going to add multi-five figures to your bank account month after month. All right. You're also going to learn where to find clients who gladly invest $3,000 to $10,000 to hire you within 72 hours without living on social media, blogging, or networking. Okay. I'm also going to share with you my unique process that annihilates I can't afford it and any other excuse that someone can come up with before the prospects even get on the phone with you. Okay, this is for you if you're done with the time wasters, right? You just want to get on the phone with people who are ready to make a decision. And then last but not least, I'm going to share with you the little known secret that allows my clients to achieve sustainable success. This is for you if you have tried every single mindset course or even getting into the vortex, but you're still feeling frustrated with feast or famine months, right? So, who am I and why the hell should you care about anything I have to say, okay? My name again is Desiree Stafford. I am a mindset coach and I'm a business mentor to over/high achieving women. So some of my clients see themselves as overachievers like I did, and some of them see themselves as high achievers. So kind of the same, just really depends on how you categorize yourself. But basically someone who's really ambitious, who's a go-getter, likes to make things happen, And then for whatever reason, you're not understanding why it's not really translating to your business, like why you're not seeing the breakthrough in your business in terms of your income, the type of clients that you work with, and all that kind of jazz. All right. So I graduated from Shiny Object Syndrome. So I used to be one of the people who bought every program out there. And now I have a master's degree in attracting yes on the spot clients. And I show my clients how to do that as well. I'm an Amazon best-selling author of a book called Clarity, Confidence, Clients. And I've also been featured on NBC, ABC, CBS, Yahoo Finance, and a couple of other cool places. All right. Now, this I think is probably one of the most cool things. You know, my team is really small. I have a very successful business. I make multiple 5 figures per month. And, you know, my team is really small. It's me. It's Lily, my adorable mini pin. I have a laptop that allows me to work from anywhere in the world. And I also have one very, very part-time virtual assistant, okay? So I'm making things work, and I work with the most amazing clients, and I have money coming into my business, you know, every single month consistently without having to stress myself out or have a big team to support me. So I really want to bring that home to people, because I know that, you know, when I was getting started, that a lot of what I was taught was that you needed to have this huge team supporting you. And I really wanted a really simple business because I didn't want to have to, you know, manage a whole bunch of moving parts. So that is really important, that you don't have to have a big team if you choose not to in order to make the kind of money that you want in your business. Now, I have experienced success, okay? Things are going really, really well for me right now. But there was a time, and it wasn't that long ago, where it was a struggle. It was really, really difficult for me. And it was a period in my business where I nearly lost everything. And in fact, it wasn't just that I almost lost my business. It was that, you know, I was losing things that were important to me. My relationships were like sacrificed. I was on the verge of losing my home. And I'll never forget sitting down at my desk with the tears literally streaming down my cheeks. And just looking at the overdrawn bank account that I had again, like this wasn't even the first time. And wondering, you know, where was I going to find the money, you know, to pay my bills? I had a mortgage that was about to go into foreclosure status in 28 days if I didn't figure shit out. And I didn't know what to do. All of my credit cards were maxed out, because I had invested, like I said, in every single program. I'm talking mindset programs, marketing programs, sales trainings, workshops, masterminds, anything out there, you name it, I tried it. So it wasn't that I wasn't making the effort, because it wasn't that I was investing in stuff and putting it on the shelf. Like I would do the work and I still wasn't getting the results consistently, and I didn't understand. You know, I had some clients, but you know, even though they were getting great results, I really didn't have a way for them to reinvest. So I was always hunting for more clients. It was just like this, you know, what do you call those wheels? Like this wheel that just kept turning and turning and turning, like a rat race kind of, you know, like I left my job to start my business and I was still caught in the rat race. Like it just wasn't really working for me, and I didn't know why. And, you know, after investing in so many different programs, I was piling on debt upon debt upon debt. And I was still attracting clients, or leads, I should say, who, you know, either would tell me they needed to think about it, or they'd really love to invest, but there was always a reason, or they just didn't have any money at all. Like there was always a reason why they weren't taking the next step. So it was difficult. I found myself at times, you know, secretly signing the wrong client just to have some money coming in the door. And it really wasn't getting me far, okay? Because here I am again with an overdrawn bank account. And you know, it wasn't as if money hadn't come in. Money would come in. I'd have really big months at times, and then it would be dry. Like there would be no sales coming in for the next couple of weeks, sometimes even months. And this went on, this cycle of up and down, feast and famine went on for years in my business. So I was scared out of my mind. You know, I was at that place where, you know, you keep, you know, feeling like you're hitting a brick wall. It starts to chip away at your confidence and your trust in the process. And that's where I was, and totally afraid. And, you know, I knew that, you know, bigger success was possible. Like I knew I could actually get out of this somehow, because I could see everyone else around me doing it. You know, I saw peers and I saw people who started after me, literally soaring ahead of me, and it frustrated the shit out of me. I wasn't jealous. It was just like, I know that that's possible for me, and I don't know why I'm not breaking through. I don't know why I'm not getting the results consistently. And so I was frustrated and I was embarrassed because I felt like I was failing. You know, I'm a person who had successful businesses offline before I even became a coach. I had a 6 and 7 figure business offline. So for me to come online and not even be able to break 6 figures in the first 6 months was like, what the hell? Like that, how is that even possible? And it was tormenting to me. You know, I'm at this point now after, you know, putting so much time, energy, and effort and money into my business. And here I am, overdrawn bank account, and I'm deciding, do I need to go back to work, or am I gonna like try to figure this out again? You know? And I was in this place where I had to make a critical decision that changed everything for me. And within 30 days of making that decision, I went on to add $34,000 to my income that month. I paid back my mortgage payment, so I was able to save my home from foreclosure. And life has been awesome ever since. Now, my clients are getting the most amazing results using the same process that I use and what I'm going to be teaching you here today. Okay. So this is why I really want your undivided attention, because I want you to hear what I did so that you can do these things, implement them in your business, and get similar results. And so what I'm going to do is share with you before we end today. I'm going to go through everything that I did in my business, and I'm also going to reveal to you before we complete today the exact decision that I made that had me triple my income within 30 days. Okay. So if you do nothing else, I really want you to get, you know, understand what that decision was and start implementing what you learned today. All right. So before we talk about exactly what I did, I want you to imagine for yourself what your life will be like when you have the skills to make more money with less effort. When you know how to attract dream to work with clients without burning yourself out, and you never have to worry about where the next sale is going to come from. I want you to imagine what your business would be like. Like, what would life be like for you when your business finally gives you the freedom, the fun, the fulfillment that you have been craving? What will your life be like when you finally have the unstoppable confidence to reach your full potential? Imagine that for yourself, because that is what's possible for you when you implement what I'm going to share with you today. Okay? So let's jump right into how do you build a business that gives you the fun, the freedom, and the fulfillment that you crave, and it adds multiple 5 figures to your bank account month after month. Okay? I want you to see if you can relate to this situation. It's that time of the month again, and you're feeling stressed out about money because you're still living client to client, okay? You would give anything to see consistent 10K, 30K, 50K months, but you're worried that you're going to burn yourself out before you ever even achieve your goal. You're already working countless nights and weekends in your business, and it's kind of starting to feel like a job to you, right? And at this point, it's like you put so much energy into the business that you're missing out on quality time with your family and your friends, okay? What most people would do here is they immediately start looking for more clients, right? This is why you're here, right? You want more clients, and this is what most people do. And this is what I was doing as well. But the real problem is that even if you bring on more clients, if your business model sucks, then you're still going to burn yourself out. And so this is the first thing that needs to change. The first thing that you need to do before you even think about bringing in more clients is you need to design what I like to call a pleasure-measured business model, okay? This is when your business is designed to serve you and it keeps your clients happy, okay? This is a business model that gives you the time and financial freedom that you desire. So there are a couple of critical elements that you need in order to have a pleasure-measured business model, okay? One is that your business model needs to be sustainable, where you're able to make the kind of income that you need in order to live a life as big as your purpose. It's scalable, so it grows as you grow. You can bring on as many clients as you want without burning yourself out, okay? And it's also aligned to your lifestyle, so you don't have to sacrifice your quality of life to be able to serve your clients, okay? So this is what you really need. This is the starting point if you want to turn things around and not just put like a Band-Aid on the problem, right? You want to address the real issue. So this is where you start with the pleasure measured business model. This is exactly what I did, okay? And part of having this pleasure measured business model means that you have to have what I like to call irresistible programs. Okay. Now, irresistible programs are programs that solve a burning problem for your ideal client. And so these are programs that combine your gifts, your skills, your talents into a unique offer that helps your clients get results faster than they could get on their own. Okay. And these are programs that are designed so that the clients get amazing results, so they're happy, but it also makes your life happy, right? Because it's sustainable, because it attracts the right kind of clients, and you can deliver in a way that's not going to burn you out. So let's talk about what some irresistible programs look like, okay? Now, there are several irresistible programs out there. These are the types that I use in my business and also the types that my clients use. What I typically recommend is that you have no more than 3. So you have one main program offer, and then you have a downsell and you have an upsell. You can build a 6 and multi-6-figure business off of 3 offers. In fact, you can do higher. I have a mentor who's 7-figure business owner who has no more than 3 offers and makes multiple 7 figures a year. Okay? So these are some of the irresistible programs that you can create. Okay, you can create a 6-week online course. You're typically going to price around $1,000 or up. There's VIP days that you can typically price between $3,000 to $10,000. You could do a 90-day one-to-one or one-to-one coaching or mentoring program for $3,000 to $25,000, or you could do an 8 to 12-week group workshop for $5,000 to $10,000. Okay, these are just some examples. These are examples, like I said, that I use in my business and what my clients are using in their businesses as well. Okay, again, I recommend you have no more than 3. You have one core program that you all of your marketing is going to, and then you have a downsell and an upsell. Okay. This is the way that you simplify your life. This is the way that you can, and here's one of the reasons why it's so important that you simplify things, because it allows you to show up fresh, to be able to serve your clients at your best, so your clients get your best and they get the best results, okay? I hope all of that makes sense. When you show up at your best, you're serving your clients better, so they get better results. It's a win-win for everyone, all right? One of my clients, I showed her exactly how to create her own irresistible programs. And within 30 days, she signed 2 clients, okay? 2 clients. Her fees are 5 figures. One of her clients paid in full. What my client walked away with was $10,000 in cash in less than 30 days. Now, what you don't see in this testimonial here is that this particular client was starting from 0, a big 0, okay? No clients, no list, no cash in the account, nothing, okay? When she signed up, she didn't even know how she was going to pay for her investment, but she had enough room on her credit card to make the deposit with me, okay? But I just want you to understand what's possible for you. So no matter where you are, whether you have some clients right now, whether you don't have clients right now, whatever your level of business is, like where you're at in your business and your level of confidence in your ability to do this, listen, somebody can go from 0 to $10,000 cash in less than 30 days. You can do that as well, okay? So this is the power of having an irresistible program, okay? So I wanted you to really understand that. So now what you might be thinking to yourself is, okay, how could I do this? So imagine, what would it be like for you to collapse your monthly income into a week or sale, okay? So if you're, making couple grand a month, what would it be like for you to then, instead make a $5,000 sale or $10,000 sale? What would that be like for you? Okay. What would making that kind of money mean for you? What would you be able to do that you're not able to do right now? What would it mean to your family? That's the power of having irresistible programs working for you in your business, okay? Now, you might be thinking, that sounds awesome. Well, where the hell am I going to find clients, right? Where am I going to find clients who gladly invest $3,000 to $10,000 to hire you within 72 hours without you having to live on social media, without you having to blog or do any networking? How is that even possible, right? So I want you to see if you can relate to this. You just ended a picture perfect discovery session. So you're getting discovery sessions, you had a conversation with a potential client, but it took a wrong turn, okay? And the client or the prospect said, listen, I can't afford it, or I'd love to, but. So you're baffled, you log into Facebook, and you see everyone else getting ahead of you. And you literally feel like your head's gonna explode if you see one more, I made $30,000 in a day post, because you know that you should be doing better by now. But you can't figure out for the life of you how to attract qualified prospects consistently, okay? Now, the problem here is that you think that you don't know where to find clients, but I guarantee you, you do know where to find clients. The real problem is that you don't know how to attract qualified leads. You don't know how to attract enough qualified leads, okay? Because listen, if you're anything like me, I know that you've tried any of these things. You've tried blogging, guest posting, article marketing, podcast hosting, Facebook groups, Twitter, free challenges, webinars, live streams, direct messages, you've been a telesummit guest, YouTube videos, LinkedIn groups, Instagram ads, joint ventures, Facebook ads, networking events, live speaking. You've done it all. I mean, it's exhausting even just thinking about the list. And guess what? This is not even a complete list. There's so many other ways that you can attract clients. So for you to say that you don't know where to attract clients is bullshit. You know where. The problem is you don't know how to turn them into qualified leads. And that's what we're going to talk about next, because that's the most important thing. Because if you have tried any of these methods before and you're still getting on the phone with people who are telling you I can't afford it, or I need to think about it, or whatever other BS excuse they can come up with, it's because you're not knowing how to turn them into qualified leads. And let's talk about leads, okay? Because the bottom line is not all leads are created equal. They're not, all right? These are the type of leads that are out there in the world. You have people who don't even know they have a problem, okay? These they're a complete waste of time. They have no idea that they have a problem, and you don't want to spend your time trying to convince them, okay? The second type of people out there are the ones who know that they have a problem, but it's not bad enough yet. So these are typically your tire kickers. These are people like, yeah, I know I've got a problem, but it's all right. I'll kind of deal with it. I'll try to figure it out. I'll gather some more information. Those are not your people, okay? The next type of lead is someone who's actively searching for a solution. So this is someone who's already invested. This is someone who's reading. This is someone who's, out in the marketplace actively looking for a solution. They've got a problem. They want that shit solved. Okay. So this is a potential qualified lead for you. This is a quality person that you want to be bringing into your world and nurturing. Okay. And then the fourth type, this is your burning, hot, ready to go, yes on the spot client. This is a person who's looking for you to throw them a lifeline. So this is someone who knows that they have a burning problem and they want a solution that works like yesterday. So what does that mean? That means that they're a step above the person who's actively searching for a solution, because not only have they searched for a solution, they found things that they thought were solutions, they've tried it, and they did not get the results that they want. So they need results now. These are the last two categories are the only two types of leads you want to be dealing with, okay? The only two types of leads that you want to be dealing with. So how do you get these people, right? How do you get those people to want to work with you, right? What you want to do is take them through what I like to call a qualifying funnel, okay? A qualifying funnel. Because listen, the concept of funnel might not be new to you. You may have heard it before. Maybe you even have a funnel, but it's not working the way that you want. I'm going to talk to you now about creating what's called a qualifying funnel. And here's what I mean. I'm going to share with you a simple qualifying funnel that generated $22,000 in 72 hours with zero ad spend for me, okay? And here's what it looked like. I used Facebook posts, I drove people to a webinar, and I got happy clients, okay? Now, this, again, may not sound like a big deal. You might be thinking, well, I've already tried that and I'm not getting the results that I want. Here's the difference though, okay? This is a qualifying funnel, and I'm going to tell you what makes it qualifying in a second. Because you have to learn how to, really position yourself. You've got to learn how to annihilate people's objections and things like that. But before we go there, let me just talk to you about how to make the different sources that you can use for this particular type of funnel. So in this situation, again, it generated $22,000 for me in 72 hours with zero ad spend. So how did I do that? I use Facebook posts. So I did 3 Facebook posts, and then I led people to a webinar, and then I signed clients. That was it. Okay. And that all happened in a 72-hour period. You can also use Facebook ads. Okay. If you don't want to be in Facebook groups and you don't want to do posts, you can certainly do Facebook ads. You can also send an invitation to your list to come to your webinar. Okay. Or you can use other people's lists. So, joint venture with someone and use other people's lists, other people's audiences in order to have people sign up for your webinar and then take them through a process that has them become clients within 72 hours, okay? So I just wanted to give you some ideas of how else you could make this particular funnel work. But now let's talk about what makes it a qualifying funnel versus any other funnel that you've seen out there. Because I know that there are funnels out there that include webinars that don't convert. Mine didn't always convert, which is how I learned the process I'm about to teach you right now, okay? So this is my unique process that annihilates I can't afford it and other excuses before prospects even get on the phone with you, okay? And it's what I call irresistible influence. That's the process that I use in my qualifying funnel, okay? Because irresistible influence is what makes the difference between, attracting leads who will get on the phone with you and say, I can't afford it, I need to think about it. Remember, that was one of the biggest problems I had in my business was, I would attract people, but they would be like tire kickers. They would be the people who needed to think about it. They couldn't afford it. They had some excuse after the other. They always wanted to, but then they wouldn't take the next step. And I had to learn this irresistible influence process that I'm about to share with you in order to have my funnel actually turn those people. Like I had, instead of me dealing with it on the phone, my funnel now deals with it. My funnel now deals with any objections. My funnel now weeds out the people who are not the right fit. My funnel does all the heavy lifting for me, and it turns people from, leads into pre-sold prospects, people who by the time they get on the phone with me, they're ready to make a decision to buy. They're ready to invest. And that's exactly what you want to do. So you're not wasting time with the wrong folks. Okay? So I'm going to break down my irresistible influence process for you right now, because here's what you need to understand. Prospects see you in 3 ways. Okay? Prospects, no matter what kind of funnel you're taking them through or what kind of process or marketing you're doing, prospects are going to see you in one of 3 ways. And you want to make sure that they're seeing you in the 3rd way that we're going to discuss. The first way that they see you is as a peer. This means that they see you as just another coach, mentor, expert, healer, consultant, whatever, okay? That's not good for you, because if they see you as a peer, if they see you as just another, there's never going to be an impetus, for them to want to buy from you. So the next category that someone can see you in as an authority. Lots of people learn how to get themselves into this place of authority. I like to call this the likable educator. So this is when people will like your comment, like your posts and things that you do. Maybe they'll like your videos. They'll even comment and all that stuff. They'll like rah cheer you on, but they're not taking the next step to invest. They're not taking the next step to find out how they can work with you. So I call people who are in this category the likable educator. People like you, they see that you know your shit, but they're not taking the next step. So that doesn't serve you, right? This is the category you want to be in. You want to be in the category of an authority that people actually want to buy from, okay? You want to be in this category. I like to call this the highly paid badass, okay? And this is someone who, 9 times out of 10 is not working nearly as hard as the peer or the authority, but clients are just like flocking to you, okay? And there's a simple way to allow for this to happen, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. That's my irresistible influence process. So you want to know what makes people compelled to buy from you, right? So here's what it is. I'm going to break irresistible influence down into 3 parts, okay? The first part is you need to know how to teach and sell in your funnel, in your marketing, versus teach, sell, or sell. All right? That's what most people are doing. most people get that they should teach and most people get that they should sell, but it's not balanced. It's lopsided. And this is where most people screw up. So most people will teach. And then by the time they try to sell at the end, people feel full. They feel like they know everything and then they can do what they need to do on their own, which is not true, right? Because we all know that information alone will not save you, okay? The other way people try to do this is they just sell, right? They're just like constantly pitching. And then, we get banner blindness. Like if you know an offer is going to come, you're just like, you'd like tune it out already, right? You don't want to do that. You want to learn how to teach and sell at the same time. Okay. And there's a way that you do this. So, I actually call it a process that's selling without selling. It's very subtle, but you have to learn how to do this effectively because that will make or break you, right? The second part of irresistible influence is really understanding that you've got to be using your authentic voice, because your authentic voice is what creates connection with the right clients and it repels the wrong ones. Now, why am I bringing this up here? I bring it up because so many women in particular struggle with finding their authentic voice. Many of the clients that come to me, this is one of the key factors for them, because for a long, long time, many of us have been taught to stifle our voice, right? To even mute our voice. Sometimes we're showing up in the world as like this muted version of ourselves. We are full of passion and authentic fire that gets dulled down because we don't want to offend anyone. We worry about what someone's going to think of us. All of these kind of things that hold us back. But you've got to be able to use your authentic voice, because that is what creates connection and it's part of what separates you from everyone else. It sounds really simple, but this can be the most difficult thing for you to learn how to break through. And it was one of the biggest challenges for me, So it's one of the things that I really help my clients with, and it's part of the whole irresistible influence process, because you've got to be able to stand in your power and not, wince when you think that someone's not going to like what you say, right? You've got to be able to come across in a way that you have the command and the confidence in yourself, because that is what is helping to influence your clients to want to take the next step with you, okay? So the third piece of the irresistible influence is understanding the 8 psychological triggers. Because listen, people buy based on emotion and then they justify based on logic. So you've got to learn in your marketing how to speak to the emotions of your prospects. This is where understanding the 8 psychological triggers comes in handy. So I've shared with you here 3 of some of the ones that you may be familiar with. The first one is called FOMO. So it means fear of missing out. This is when people talk about, urgency in their offers. The second one is status, because some people will take a next step based on status, based on a perception of increase. The third is relatability. How relatable are you to your potential clients? But those are only 3 of the triggers, okay? And these are the most common. There are 5 more that are equally powerful. And when you learn how to use them all, it's like a stealth way of attracting people, and they literally feel compelled to buy from you and they don't know why, which is a good thing, because when they invest with you, they actually get the result. They get the help that they need, okay? So let's share a testimonial from one of my clients. And what she says is that within a month of working with me, she got several clients and her first international coaching clients. Within 3 months, she closed her biggest publishing deal, the biggest publishing deal of her career, and she added a podcast to her company. What she didn't mention here is that publishing deal that she closed was a $20,000 deal. Her highest month prior to that was only $5,000. She closed a $20,000 deal when her highest month before was only $5,000. I want you to see that and understand what's possible, okay? I really want you to understand the kind of leaps that are possible, okay? But you've got to know how to use irresistible influence, right? That's what you got to know how to do. So I want you to imagine having a system that delivers high-paying clients with predictability. Imagine having that working for you right now. What would you do with all the time that you've saved yourself? What would you get to do? Really give that some thought. You know, I've had clients take vacations that they haven't been able to take for years because they were able to save time, literally go and work in another country. These are the kind of things that my clients are doing. And these are the same things that are possible for you. Okay? So now let's talk about the little known secret that allows my clients to achieve fast and sustainable success. Okay? Now this is important. I have sustainable capitalized for a reason. All right? This is for you if you've tried mindset courses, you've even tried getting in the vortex, but you're still frustrated with feast or famine. Okay? Now, can you relate? Are you secretly wondering if these results that I'm sharing with you are really possible for you, right? You know, maybe you've had high months before, so you've made a lot of money before, but you're frustrated because you don't know how to repeat them no matter what you do. It's like it's not happening again, right? Or maybe you've invested in a ton of programs like I did, and you hop from strategy to strategy, but you've only seen marginal results at best. And maybe even deep down, you feel guilt or shame or like a fraud when it comes to making big money in your business, okay? If that's you, this is not a question about whether or not the results I've shared here today is possible for you. They're possible for anyone, okay? So that's not the question. You were born to win. So you have everything you need in order to get these kind of results, all right? The problem is that you're missing one critical thing. You are missing, if you're questioning, if you're doubting, you know, because maybe you've tried it and you haven't gotten the results and you kind of feel like it's not going to work for you, it's not going to change this time. It simply means that you're missing this, a high earner belief system, okay? This is what got me finally off the roller coaster months when it came to money. It finally got me out of that whole feast or famine pattern, is when I developed the high earner belief system. Okay, trust me, I've seen colleagues hit $40,000 months and come all the way back to 10K months because they don't have a high earner belief system. This is critical. And I think this is what's missing from all those programs that you've invested in before. Nobody really teaches how to do this. I do, because this was my journey, you know, and I was on the hamster wheel for years, and it was frustrating the shit out of me because I knew I was smart. You know, I knew my clients were getting amazing results, but I didn't know why I wasn't continuing to get the result over and over again. I had to figure this out. You know, I had to figure this out. And now I teach it to my clients. I actually had someone, I was just talking about this the other day, and I had someone reach out to me who had reached out to me before and decided not to work with me and told me that she did hit $100,000 in a business, but she went broke again. Why do you think that happened? Because she didn't have the high earner belief system. Anybody can make money. Anybody can make money, and they can make a shit ton of it. But if you do not have a high earner belief system, you will find a way to bring yourself right back down to where you see yourself. What you perceive is okay for you, okay? And this is the critical piece that's missing in so many of those other programs out there. Mindset programs, marketing programs, sales programs, all of those things, okay? So let me share with you one of the critical steps of developing a high earner belief system. It's rebooting your self-image, okay? This is one of the critical steps. And if you get this wrong, you're going to continue to self-sabotage because your self-image is incompatible with the results that you desire. And without resolving this critical piece, nothing that you learn here today or anywhere for that matter is going to change. Okay? You're going to continue to go up and down, up and down, up and down. All right. Now I have a 7-step process that helps my clients change the way they see themselves and gain unstoppable confidence at warp speed. This is important because you have to think about the fact that at this point, you literally have 30, 40, or 50 plus years of doing it the hard way and of sabotaging yourself. Okay. So you've got to get the kind of support that you need to reboot your self-image so you can erase the failures, erase the mistakes, erase all of the things that are telling you that you can't have what you want, because you can. You can. All right? When you reboot your self-image and you develop a high earner belief system, let me show you. When you get this right, this is what's possible for you, okay? A high earner belief system or mindset, whatever you want to call it, allows you to annihilate fear so that you can make decisions quickly without second guessing yourself. Imagine what it would be like to totally trust yourself and every decision that you make in your life and your business. That's what having a high earner mindset does for you, okay? It allows you to remove the visibility and money blocks so that clients flow to you consistently without guilt, shame, or working yourself into exhaustion. Because many of us believe that if we're not working really hard for money, then that means something is wrong. And so that's another reason why we'll find a way to either not bring money in at all or find a way to lose it, okay? Having a high earner belief system also allows you to take inspired action that delivers results with far less effort. So you don't have to work so friggin' hard. You don't have to do it. In fact, what you may have noticed is that the harder you work, you get diminishing results. That's what was happening for me. I was like, okay, I'll just knock it out. You know, as a high achiever, overachiever, that's what we do. We're like, oh, I'll just make it happen. And the harder I tried, the worse it got. Like nothing changed. And I would just get more and more frustrated and sink deeper and deeper into debt. It was awful, okay? A high earner mindset also allows you to live and run your business in a way that feels like play. And it is authentic to the bone. It's authentic to the bone, okay? You're not going to pretend to be someone that you're not. You're not going to sell what you think needs to sell. You're going to sell what you want to sell. Like everything, the clients that you work with, everything is authentic to you. But you can only do that when you have the high earner mindset. Because if you don't have that, then you'll find ways to fuck it up. You'll find ways to sabotage, right? And that's what we want to get you out of the habit of doing, okay? When I shared this with one of my clients, she kept feeling like she was hitting this plateau. She couldn't figure it out. She didn't understand why she was chasing after clients that she didn't even like, okay? And then she was charging really low fees. Within 8 weeks, I helped her shift the way that she saw herself, okay? The process started within the first week, but then within 8 weeks, like her whole life changed. She was a different woman. If I could show you before and after pictures, you'd see she was a completely different woman after this, all right? She went on, within the first year, she went on to take her business from $250,000 in sales to over $1 million in sales, okay? She also was able to reconnect the relationship she had with her boyfriend and her daughter. And her boyfriend flew her away because the relationship just was so amazing and she felt so attractive. Clients were coming to her, like the way that she showed up in the world was different. Her boyfriend actually took her away on a romantic getaway. It was awesome, right? Like everything changed, not just her business, but her relationships changed because she developed this high earner mindset and she just changed the way that she saw herself, okay? And when you change the way you see yourself, then people around you start to see you differently and they start to treat you differently, okay? And you stop sabotaging yourself. You stop doing this yo-yo up and down, you know, feast or famine money months. You stop that, okay? So imagine how it would feel to eradicate the limiting beliefs that have caused you to under-earn for years. How would it feel to finally live up to your full potential? This is what gets to happen for you guys. You know, when you develop that high earner mindset, this is what gets to happen for you. Okay? So now let's talk about the critical first step that tripled my income in 30 days. So I shared with you a lot of stuff so far, right? But there was still one critical step that I had to take in order for all of this stuff to even come about, right? In order for me to manifest all of the things that I was able to manifest. And that thing was hiring a mentor. Hiring a mentor. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, how the fuck did you hire a mentor? You didn't have any money. I didn't have any money. I didn't. Here's what I did. I remember I said I was at that point of making the decision. Was I going to figure this out or was I going to go back to work? Well, going back to work was not an option. That was taken completely off the table. So I knew I needed to figure it out. The problem was I was trying to figure it out on my own and that shit wasn't working. And I remember thinking to myself, I've got to get help. I have to get help because something has to change, you know? So what I did was I found a mentor that I wanted to work with. I said yes to hiring her, even though I didn't have the money in my bank yet, but I said yes. Within a couple of days, I made a sale in order to pay her. Well, to pay her deposit, okay? And then within 30 days, I made $34,000. I was able to pay all my back mortgage payments, and I was also able to pay her full investment as well. Okay. So that's what, that was the decision, right? But the decision was saying yes, that I was going to hire a mentor. And the point I want to make here is this: when you say yes to something, when you decide this is what I want and this is what's going to happen, that's when the magic begins. That's when the universe shows up and supports you. That's when the clients come. That's when the money shows up. That's when whatever it is that you need to get what you desire appears. But you got to start with the decision. And I made the decision to hire a mentor, right? And let me tell you why this is so important. Because yeah, I could have tried to, squabble it out on my own, but there's no way I would have gotten the results that I got as quickly as I did. There's no way, okay? Because my mentor helped me, number one, design the right business model for me. Okay, remember I talked about that pleasure measured business model? She helped me with that. She helped me create my irresistible program. I actually doubled my fees when I did that. She helped me identify who my quality leads were, okay? She helped me find my voice. She helped me really own my brilliance, and she held me accountable to everything. So it was the fastest way I could have gotten the results that I wanted to get. It was the best decision I ever made in my business, okay? So now let's talk about what we've talked about today, okay? Let's recap everything. We talked about how to build a business that gives you the fun, freedom, and fulfillment that you crave, and adds multiple 5 figures to your bank account month after month, right? So I mentioned there that you want to make sure that you have a pleasure measured business model and you have irresistible programs, okay? Then I talked to you about where to find clients who gladly invest $3,000 to $10,000 to hire you within 72 hours without you having to live on social media, without you having to blog or network, okay? And we talked about making sure that you have a qualifying funnel, all right? The third thing that I talked about was my unique process that eliminates I can't afford it and other excuses before prospects ever even get on the phone with you. And I walked you through my irresistible influence process, okay? And then last but not least, we talked about the little known secret that allows my clients to achieve fast and sustainable success, okay? And that was where I talked to you about, really knowing that you have to develop a high earner belief system. And the first step that I shared with you in that is changing your self-image, rebooting your self-image, okay? So here's what you're gonna need to win. You're gonna need to have a pleasure-measured business model, right? With 1 to 3 irresistible programs. You wanna have a qualifying funnel that pre-sells the right prospects and it repels the tire kickers. You want a high earner belief system so you can make more month after month without, it should say without self-sabotage, so excuse that typo there. And then last but not least, you need support and guidance from someone who can help you implement and get the results that you desire faster, okay? So that's what you need to win, my friends. That's what you need to win. So I want you to think about where you're at right now, okay? Because on the screen, you see 2 kinds of people, okay? There are 2 kinds of people who show up on these webinars. The first one on the left, it's a little, wants results, kind of scared, nervous, tried things, feeling frustrated. And, she'll get on here and she'll think that everything that I said is really cool. It makes a lot of sense to her and she's going to want to do it. She'll even get herself excited, fired up. And then what happens the next day? Nothing, right? She typically doesn't do anything. And it's sad because everything that she's learned, for the last hour or so, my exact system for attracting clients, like a steady flow of clients and, seeing high income without burnout, it's actually going to be useless to her, right? Because she's just going to go back to her old habits. She's going to think everything's cool, but she's not going to do anything and go right back to her old habits, and these type of people typically have an excuse, right? They always have an excuse for why they couldn't do it this time, why they didn't have enough time, whatever the excuse is for the day. And that's fine. Thing is, I don't really like to work with the people on the left, right? Because these are the folks who are never successful. They're complaining, they're frustrated, they don't know what to do, but they don't take the next step when they see an opportunity. They don't ask for the help that they need. And that's why their old habits just keep them stuck spinning their wheels, all right? Now, the people that are like you and I are the people on the right. They get on a webinar like this, they hear it, they understand it, They step up because they know that information alone is not going to save them, right? We've been we've been here about 60 minutes, but what you've learned in 60 minutes is not enough to transform your business, okay? It's a lot of great information, but it's not enough to transform your business. So these are the people on the right are people who want to produce results, like now, right? And when they see an opportunity, they go for it. They act fast, and that's why they get results. So I'm going to ask you, which type of person are you? Are you the woman on the left, or are you the woman on the right? Okay? If you're the woman on the left, you're probably going to get frustrated and you're going to hang up, and that's cool. That's cool, because I don't want to make you feel any, guiltier than you probably already do. But if you're the woman on the right and you're ready to take massive action in your life so that you can get amazing results and literally change your life, change the way that you do business from here on out so that you can have the fun, you can have the freedom, you can have the fulfillment you've been craving, if that's you, then I invite you to sign up for one of my no-cost breakthrough sessions. Hey, I'm making myself available for a limited amount of sessions where I'm going to show you how to figure out what's been holding you back so that you can break through and attract the steady flow of clients and cash that you, your business, and your family deserve, okay? And if it's a fit, we'll talk about what working together could look like for us, okay? So you don't have to end up backsliding and going back to your old habits, right? I don't want you to have to do that. So let me tell you who this is for, okay? This is for you if you're a coach, a consultant, a healer, or a professional service provider who provides value. So you've got to know that you've got value to bring to your table, intrinsic value that you have to offer, and you want some help either packaging it up or repackaging it, okay? So that you can command higher fees. And you're ready to attract a steady flow of clients who say yes on the spot. And you're ready to do that without burning yourself out, okay? This is for you if you're ready to stop settling and you're ready to start demanding more for and of yourself. Okay? This is for you if you're willing to do the internal and external work required to be, do, and have whatever the hell you desire. Okay? I'm serious about this. If you can't tell I'm passionate, you're not listening. I am passionate about this because I wasted years of my fucking life struggling. And I hate to see other women, smart women, struggling. While there's so many people out there who are not nearly fucking as smart as you, killing it. They're crushing it. They're fucking crushing it. And you should be too. And you should be doing it for yourself, for your family, and also for the clients who need you. That's who you should be doing it for. Okay? But you've got to understand the system itself. You've got to understand what the limiting beliefs are that you have so we can eradicate them, help you get that high earner belief system so you stop sabotaging yourself so that you get the success that you want and you sustain it once and for all. Okay? So obviously you've got to be do or die, right? So you've got to be someone who, when it comes to adding 6 or multi-6 figures to your income within the next 3, 6, or 12 months, you got to be do or die about that. Okay? If I could add 6 figures to my income in 3 months, so can you. Okay? So if that's you, then I invite you to go to DesireeStafford.com/session and get yourself signed up for one of the breakthrough sessions, okay? Now, here's the deal. I am nothing special. I think I'm pretty awesome, but I really am nothing special, okay? In terms of like this, what I mean is that I know that if this could work for me, this can work for you. That's what I mean by that, okay? I spent years of trial and error to discover what makes the system super, super easy. Like how you can do this and not like drive yourself crazy like I did, right? And not get yourself in the debt that I was in. Like, I was at rock bottom here, okay? And I hate to see anyone else having to go through that because it's unnecessary. And you can either, go it alone. Like you can go it alone. I call that the hard way, right? The slow and hard way where you try to go it alone. You try to figure out everything that I taught you here today and how to actually implement it by yourself, right? You could do that, okay? But typically what will happen is what? You'll end up with some question, or you'll hit a roadblock and you don't know how to move forward. And then you stop and then you go hopping from strategy to strategy again, and you just waste more time and more money. And the money part is not even the biggest deal, because we always can make money. But every moment you miss, every moment you lose, it's time that's gone and can never be replenished. I really want you to think about that if you are thinking about doing it the slow and hard way. You can't ever get your time back. You can't, okay? Money always comes, but time is gone, all right? Or, if you want to do things the way that I think is a fast and simple way, that would be to hop on a breakthrough session with me. Let me help you figure out what's going on, what's holding you back, what's getting in the way from you achieving your vision, so we can help you create a plan to get there once and for all, right? There is no reason why so many ridiculously talented women are struggling needlessly. There's just no reason for it, okay? So I'd love to help you get out of that. And that's why I strongly recommend that you sign up for a breakthrough session, all right? So go to DesireeStafford.com/session, get yourself signed up. You'll be able to get yourself on my calendar. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions to make sure that I think I'd be able to help you. And then we'll get you set up for the session, okay? So that's all you've got to do. We're going to wrap up today's webinar. We were pretty good on time. It's been my absolute pleasure to serve you. And until we speak again, I hope you're up to big, bold things in your life and in your business. Take care.